due diligence is definitely more about questions than answers. So, as you would see from this blog, there's 8 key questions, and there's also this PDF which I'm going to take you through. By the way, my name is Hutton Henry, and I'm the founder of Beyond M&A. We provide technology due diligence for investors in VC, PE, and corporations. And this quick video takes you through 5 questions that are a little bit left field. But first of all, we talk about why tech due diligence fails. From the investor perspective, if they've been through tech DD and they still find there's hidden costs, or they don't understand the reports, or even maybe the company is not ready for the suggestions made in the tech DD, then that process has failed. So why is that happening? Well, first of all, people don't really disclose everything. Secondly, that's probably related to the fact people don't like to talk about their imperfections because they care, and the imperfections of the systems, of course. And lastly, not fully understanding the context of technology in the context of the business. That shouldn't be a problem with CTOs and CIOs, of course. So in this paper, I state the usual suspects. These are the questions that we are most commonly asked by investors. Things about resilience, scalability, robustness, and defensibility. That, of course, isn't every single due diligence, but it's also the type of questions that I would hope every CTO is ready for. So the whole point of making this paper was to show you some other questions that could be asked before running a due diligence. And I've stated here just really from experience that, and probably not a major concern when a deal is running, but usually the CXOs are under a lot of pressure, and it's a difficult time. Anyway, first of all, ask them about their pain. So in effect, the 2 questions here is, what's preventing you from doing your job on a day-to-day basis? And it's a much gentler question to get a fuller view of what's happening. And a very generic one we can all relate to, which is, when it comes to work, what keeps you up at night? So if they say nothing does, then it's probably not a very mature tech environment, because we all have things we worry about. We're looking for some honesty here as well, right? But sometimes you might find an awful lot out from those 2 questions alone. So that's their pain. Secondly, what's their expectations? So really, what we're looking here is, what are you expecting to fix post-investment? And what we're really testing is their willingness to adapt, their future planning, and really the realism between keeping the lights on and innovation. It might be that the investment's not going to cover what they want to do in their technology function, and that could show a miscommunication between the business or the management team. And then we have agility versus bureaucracy. So the question, the high-level one, is, how are decisions made here? And really what we're looking for is to understand, how long does it just take to make a change? We don't want it to be too fast because we want quality, but we also want to know who's involved, right? So is it the customer, the end user, the business? What type of risks are they taking? And it's not the volume of change that's the indicator. There needs to be something right for that business, and also that suits your risk appetite. Number 4 is, what do they think about innovation? So, terrible question, but really, what are you going to do to turn the dial? So if I was to give you every resource and all the money you need, what are you going to do to turn the dial? And hopefully we're not going to get the answer of brand new features. What we're really going to do is, I want to reduce the cost or increase the quality, reduce tech debt. We're looking for people who really care for optimization, really. And of course, helping the customer is really key. But we generally always put new features out. What we're really looking for is quality and cost controls. And lastly, how do they feel about future issues? So really, this one here is like, if you could build it again, what would you change? It being the technology. You're going to get really different responses here. Sometimes I've seen companies say, well, I'd love to rewrite the whole thing. And I need to dig into that. Especially in a very large fintech we worked in. And it could be something as small but as really important, like the accounts payable system, connections, or the ERP. But you get the idea. People are very passionate in tech, and I think hopefully you'll see that.